Alright, what we're going to do here today, we're going to change out this hub. The wheel bearings are making a buzzing noise inside when you're driving, and there's only one thing that causes that. That's the bad wheel bearings. Your wheel bearings are in here. Now you might think this is a difficult job, but it really isn't. You got 6 nuts to take off and 5 bolts. That's all there is to this job.
Okay, so we got your ABS sensor wire here, and there's 3 fasteners to it. There's a plug up in here. This plug's going to be unplugged because the new one comes with everything. Comes with the fasteners, the whole 9 yards. Now you're going to pull this button up, push down on the snagger, and then once it lets loose of the snaggerooski right there on the female side, it'll pop right off. I'm gonna need this area cleared out so I can set the caliper up there right off. So here's your caliper. It's in 2 pieces. You got the caliper itself, it's got the pistons in it, tightens the brake shoes up against the rotor there, and then you got the frame part. That frame's mounted to your steering knuckle but on the back side, and you can just take the steering knuckle bolts out. Hold the whole thing on. We'll take it out, and we're going to lift it up gently. We're going to place it up there on that upper A arm up there and strap it in there so that it doesn't fall, because you don't want to tear up your flexible brake line there. You'll be real careful with that. It's 18mm bolts, top and bottom. Those other 2 on the caliper itself, those are caliper slide bolts. They don't get taken out. Alright, we're going to take the caliper off now. We're going to use this impact gun to do it. These are 2 18mm bolts holding this caliper on. They're torqued in there pretty good. Once you get that off there, you can lift it off, lift it up there without twisting your hose, strap it down, and hook it to the spring that's out of the way. Get that rotor off of there, and now we can see our hub there. If it's making any kind of excessive noise, it's no good. Alright, so now on the back side of your steering knuckle, we got 3 15mm hub assembly bolts. Those need to come out. You're going to need a breaker bar and a 15mm socket. We'll pull those out, and the hub assembly will pop right out of there, and we can get to putting the new one in. You can inspect it, check it out. When you put this back on, make sure that ABS cord is not dangling down and getting caught up between your shield and that steering knuckle. Grab yourself a little piece of sandpaper or a wire brush or something and clean this out here. A little bit of surface rust here and there. Just clean it up. It'll look better when you put it back together. It's really not that necessary. Make sure that cord's out of the way when you put this on. You see it's hanging down. It shouldn't be hanging down. It needs to be over the top. You'll have to take everything out. Put it back together. Get these things torqued back down. And you're going to make them, those are torqued, I think 133 foot-pounds. So that's pretty hefty.
Rotor back on.
Put the rotor back on here. Nice and easy. Caliper back on, nice and easy. We'll put those big 18mm bolts back in there, torque them to spec. Watch your fingers when you're putting that caliper back on. Make sure you're not smashing it. These bolts take a little bit of finesse. You can get it back in there and get them all snugged in. Spec is 139 foot-pounds. Also pretty heavy duty torque specs. But you don't want this thing falling off, that's for sure. So for this Tahoe, that's 139. These hub assemblies are generally the same on pretty much all the cars and trucks out there nowadays. They're all the same concept. So if you have any mechanical inclination whatsoever, you could probably do this yourself. Took me about an hour, and It's not all that difficult. You just gotta make sure everything, you know, put together right, and you're good to go. So anybody can do it. It's just a matter of whether you want to get your hands dirty or not. Get your tire back on.
That's all there is to it. If this video was helpful to you in any way, hit that like button. And subscribe if you can. That'd be great. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.